Welcome to Shabbos Shoutout. Rosh Hashanah is right around the corner, and we'll be listening to the same beautiful, stirring tunes that we've heard year after year. And through those tunes, we'll be connecting to Jews throughout the world. Some of the same tunes that we'll be hearing on the high holidays will be the tunes sung in synagogues and chanted in Israel, Europe, Australia, South Africa, and in synagogues everywhere. A tune, a nigun, and especially the tunes on the high holidays, can sometimes be more powerful than words, as the story that I'd like to share with you illustrates. One of the more colorful characters in Hasidic lore is a man by the name of Reb Leib ben Sarah. Living several hundred years ago in Europe at a time that Jews weren't allowed to live in large cities, often Jews were given jobs and opportunities in the small villages, sometimes staffing and owning wayward inns. There was once an elderly widower by the name of Rav Yosef, who was a Melamed, a Torah teacher, who would travel from inn to inn, teaching the children of the innkeepers their Jewish studies. One day, the local poritz, the feudal lord, came to the inn and saw the owner's beautiful daughter. The poritz said, "I'm taking that girl for a wife, and tomorrow I'm coming with the priest and I'm going to marry her." Everyone was horrified. The powers, though, of the poritz were absolute. At the snap of his fingers, he could obtain anything that he wanted. The daughter, Sarah, said, "I'll never let that Russia, that wicked person, near me. I'll marry Reb Yosef tonight. The priest won't allow the poritz to take a married woman." Rav Yosef, the elderly man, said, "My child, what are you saying? I'm an old man and you're so young." Sarah said, "There's no one else here who I can marry. Please marry me tonight before it's too late." They were able to gather a minyan, a quorum of 10 men, and Sarah married Rav Yosef. They had a child whose name was Aryeh Leib. Rav Yosef didn't live to see Aryeh Leib's bar mitzvah, but before he died, he told his wife, "Please tell your son to take your name, because it was through your self-sacrifice for Judaism that he was born." Well, Reb Leib, then known as Reb Leib, the son of Sarah, grew up, and he dedicated his life to saving Jews from the dungeons of these poritzim, these owners of the fiefdoms. On one Yom Kippur, he found himself in a village with only 9 men and not enough for a minyan. Reb Leib ben Sarah said to the people, "I've never spent a Yom Kippur without a minyan. Isn't there another Jew around that we can invite to be able to have services with a minyan, with a quorum?" There was silence, and then someone spoke up. He said, "There is one Jew, but he's no longer a Jew. He's the local poritz. When he was a young boy, he worked for the poritz who was in the area, and the poritz had a daughter who fell in love with the young man. The poritz told the young man, who had no parents, that if he converted to Christianity, that he could marry his daughter and the entire fiefdom would be his. The boy, without a family, without a strong influence, converted to Christianity and is now the poritz. He's a devout Christian and he'll have nothing to do with the Jews of our town." Reb Leib ben Sarah said, "A Jew is always a Jew. I'm going to speak to him." But the people were shocked and they said, "He'll put his dogs on you." But Reb Leib ben Sarah was adamant. He went to the castle and miraculously, the ferocious dogs left him alone. He confronted the poritz, who was taken aback by Reb Leib ben Sarah's angelic appearance. And Reb Leib challenged him and said, "I am known as Leib, the son of Sarah." And he told the poritz the origin of his name. He said, "My mother dedicated her life and was prepared to almost give her life for Judaism. Tonight is Yom Kippur, and we need one more Jew for a minyan. I'd like you to come with me." Imagine the villagers' shock when they saw not only Leib ben Sarah having survived, but accompanied by the poritz. Rabbi began Kol Nidre, and the tune had a powerful effect on the poets who remembered the forgotten Yom Kippurs of his youth. He joined in the prayers. When everyone had finished, he continued to stand upright, praying tearfully. The following morning, he joined them again, and at the end of Yom Kippur, he joined the other 9 men when they said at the end of Yom Kippur and Ne'ilah, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. The poets wound up doing teshuvah and returning to his Jewish roots. The traditional melodies of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur span the decades of time and touch hearts in ways that we can't even begin to imagine. May you and your families have a Shana Tova U'Mesukah, a good, happy, healthy, and sweet New Year. And may we all be written in the Book of Life. Good Shabbos.